Hello. We got here because YouTube, in its infinite wisdom, had forgotten the settings. So I was pissballing about for a bit there. Nearly forgot my coffee. But we're here. I think I'm growing a horn. That's not good. Oh, it's probably a spot. 49. And still blighted with bad skin. What can you do about it? Well, I'm here. We got here. No thanks to YouTube. The rotten YouTube. Because it's rotten. It's rotten YouTube. Rotten old YouTube. But we're here. I think we're here. Are you there? Oh, there's nobody in the chat. Oh, that's no good, is it? What's going on? Wonder if anyone got the memo. It says there's 6 people watching, but I don't know if anyone's in the chat room. Let me just make sure that everything's right, because I could just be sitting here talking to myself. Let's see. Live chat. Yeah, enable live chat. That seems alright. That seems good. Enable DVR. I'm just on my own now. I'll just sit here like this until somebody starts talking. I'll play an ad. Let's insert an ad. An ad has been inserted. Oh, Legacies is here. How's my groove been? It's alright, I suppose. I don't know. I haven't really thought about it. Kosnick's in. He's in. Jukebud's in. He says, all open, all well. Enjoyed your review of Music Box. Cool that you got to see Steve Plager and Firth. If you get a chance to see them, Doodle Lamb. You see, I've done that. That's reviews coming. I did that. Did that years ago. So you got that to look forward to. And if, again, we do this now, I'll mention it again. Raphael's in. I'll talk about it now. I've got this membership thing. There's a button that says join. You can join for as little as £1. And there's lots of content there. Lots of content. You'll get videos early. And if you're a patron as well, you'll get the same. I'll post the links there if I remember. But remind me. And thank you. We got two new Patreon people this week, within a week, which is really cool. 2 old timers who finally have the ability to contribute, and that's really cool. Thank you for that. One guy told me he'd been watching me for such a long time, and he's gone through college. And doesn't that make you feel old? Yes, it does. I feel very old. Thank you for that. And yeah, we've had quite a few people join up. With about, I think, 9 people. So that should be at least, £15 when YouTube take their money out. They take their cut out of it. But yeah, do contribute, for you will get content. I have uploaded. I've got to remember how many there were. 30. So there was 47. My brain's not with it. Just because I've been struggling to get this to work for the last 15 minutes. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, I've uploaded 47 episodes of The Vinyl Solution, a little thing I did many years ago, looking at my record collection. I've had to take, 10 of those won't be published because they promote the featured artist, because we've got in the F region. We're not featuring him, we're not promoting him. But I will do more of those, and they'll be held within the paywall, so you can see my record collection, and I might actually take the camera to my record collection, which is in the east wing of Lock Towers, and you'll be surprised just how big and cavernous Lock Towers is. It's like a maze. It's like entering the labyrinth. It's labyrinthine in its construction. You will be surprised. You'll say, Darren, with this great property you've got, you've got the moat and the basement studio, which you never see. Don't forget the attic space, which is a sex dungeon. You'll be surprised. You'll be surprised just how big and vast Lock Towers is. But yeah, thank you for everyone who's contributed or helping out. That's really good. And if you're thinking about it, like I said, there will be content. There'll be super special content, special sauce to lure you in. And you will spend hours staring, gazing lovingly at my fizzog. So that's that. But yeah, thank you for everyone. Like I said, there is a button. There should be a button that says join, and you can give me your money. If not, there's Patreon, www.patreon.com/lock, where you can help out there. And that's that. I've done the advert. I'm sorry. It's just YouTube made me do it because it's what it's like now on YouTube, isn't it? It's what everyone's doing. And that should give everyone enough time to start asking questions. Patrick says, didn't receive the notification for the live stream. Well, there's a surprise. That's probably why we've got no bugger in, isn't it? How many? 22. Oh. It was a right drag trying to get on here again tonight. It wouldn't let me on. I don't know what's wrong with it. Pyramid's in. Rene's in. Connor says, how's quarantine going? It's going. Been playing Floyd? No. Why would I listen to Pink Floyd? I've heard it all before. It is boring rubbish. Oh, I've been mainly playing Split Ends 1 and 2. There we go. So there you go. I've been mainly playing that. There's an album over there, Daniel Lenoir's Flesh and Machine, which I received the other day, which was mighty fine. But no Floyd. Patrick says, how does it feel to be in a band with Jack Black? This is news to me. I don't think I've been in a band with Jack Black. So, yeah. Anyway, I will ignore that. Andrew says, evening Andrew. Alex says, Alex is one of the Patreon people. I was going to say hello, but now you're here. He's one of the new Patreon people, and it's really cool that he's on board, and he'll get all that special sauce I was telling you about, all that super secret content. Like I say, Vinyl Solution is back. I found 47 episodes in a folder in my Drobo on my archive, and I've uploaded them. I just got to make them visible to the people. But like I say, some of those will be taken down because we don't want to promote the featured artist. So there will be gaps. So be it. It's the way of the world, isn't it? It's the way of the world these days. But yeah, Dredge is one of them. He's one of the top people. He's on the top table now. Patrick says, what's the worst and best thing about England? Well, the worst thing about England and Great Britain is we're Great Britain, and everyone wants to be us, and everyone wants to come here. And it's brilliant because we are the centre of the known universe. We're cool. What's the worst thing? It's too busy, it's too crowded, too many people, building everywhere, cram more people in, and I don't like that. That's the good thing about lockdown, is it means that people aren't around and there aren't that many cars on the road, though it's getting busier now. But no, it's a small island, and this is what you notice if you go from here to anywhere else, is the amount of space everyone's got. This is why New Zealand is celebrating beating coronavirus, because there's only 5 million people there, and nobody wants to go to New Zealand. It's just them and the sheep. And I don't think the sheep transmit coronavirus, so it was pretty easy for them to beat it because they don't live all on top of each other like we do. There's a lot of population density here, and yeah, we should have gone on lockdown earlier. Blah de blah de blah, blah blah blah. But we was already on lockdown. We was already observing it, so it don't affect me. You have to take some sort of personal responsibility for your life. You can't expect the government to tell you what to do all the time. You have to, like I say, man up, put your big boy pants on, and take responsibility, you know? But there you go. Magnuson says he's going to bed. Okay. Well, you can watch it in the morning, but I'd come back around after lunch, because it takes, and this is for anyone else out there who wonders where the live stream goes, it takes even longer now for YouTube to process the video. It used to be like a couple of hours. but now it takes until lunchtime. Thanks, YouTube. So yeah, it won't be there. I get people saying, "Where's the live stream? Where's the live stream?" It's not there. But if you want to watch it on Periscope or Twitch, you can watch it there earlier. But it takes an absolute age for the video to process on YouTube, because YouTube is shit. YouTube is shit. Andrew likes the sound of the sex dungeon. Cyrus, yeah, we're still here, Cyrus, we're all here. Charlie B says hello. G-Man says, I didn't see the notification. Yeah, Patrick said that. How can I fix that? How can I fix that? He says, where can I give 32 people here? Where's the link? There used to be a link. There used to be a link where you could... They change everything for the worst. Maybe I should just tweet. Live stream's happening, everyone. The live stream is happening. Wait a minute, let me just... The live stream is happening, but no notification appears to have been sent. Sorry. Tweety tweet. That should work. So yeah, Majuka says, I had to keep reloading your channel in order to find the stream. Yeah, again, because every so often I'll come on to do the stream and I press start streaming expecting it to pick up my stream because it's all set up, I'm all clever, set it up, and then it doesn't pick up the stream, so I have to delete the stupid shitty system thing that they do and start again, and it takes me 15 minutes to get back online again. It's a ball ache, but this is the new and improved YouTube. They've improved it. Haven't you seen the improvements? Are you paying attention at the back? There are improvements. They have improved it, and we should all be happy that they've improved it. No, they haven't improved it. It's a horrible, rubbishy, horrible system. It was okay. It was good once when I was at top of my game. You know, when the YouTube money was rolling in, not like now. I have to beg every 10 minutes and work for it like some common peasant. It was good. It was cool back in the old days. Not now. Everything just seems to go wrong all the time. But there you go. Maybe I'm just pressing the wrong buttons. Keep banging the rocks together. Russell's in. He says hello. Andrew's in. He says, have you seen the Bohemian Rhapsody film? If so, do you think it's a fair reflection of the story? I did do a review of it, but it got lost. I think it's brilliant, loved it. But it doesn't tell the story correctly. It's a biopic. Check any biopic. They're always edited and reassigned. Events are moulded to form a narrative because real life is boring. Queen go on the road, they make albums, they come off the road, they make an album, they go on the road again, and then Freddie Mercury dies of AIDS. That's Queen. Oh, and they did something called Live Aid, but I don't think anybody saw that. And that's their career. It's really boring. It's really boring. It's not like the Rolling Stones, who, they lost a member early on, and drugs busts, and Mick Jagger shagging loads of young girls, and then different members. Some bands are more interesting than others, and But I like it. I think it's a good film. It's good fun. It works, and I know there are a lot of people that go, "Oh, but it's all wrong." Yeah, it's a biopic. Deal with it. You don't know how biopics work. It's not a documentary. It never said it was a documentary. Watch a documentary about the band if you want everything in the right order. It's a biopic. I'm glad I got that off me. I'm glad I got that off my chest. Where are we? God, I feel I'm going blind. It's like masturbation. Alex says, I saw the review of the Beatles albums again and signed up immediately. Yeah, and I'm going to get through. I'll have to do Bowie again, Queen again. All those ones, I've got loads that I've got to work through. But I did the Queen ones last week over 2 days. But yeah, and I found some again, there's stuff I found there's folders of stuff and old files that are down the back of the sofa, and I can revive old things. But a lot of the videos are gone, and it's not a big deal. I found the Bowie one. I found the Bowie unboxing. That was on Facebook. I'd uploaded that onto Facebook for some reason, so that was good. I'm going through Facebook trying to find old videos, but that's like finding it's like finding a needle in a haystack, because YouTube isn't very conducive for video. It's not very conducive for anything. It's as bad as a thing. It's as bad as thing. It's just bad. It's all bad. Cyrus says, thoughts on those who say not all cops are bad. Look, not all cops are bad. Not all cops are bad. Not all black people are criminals. Not all single white men are paedophiles. We can make sweeping generalisations about everything, and that's a dangerous thing to do. We can generalise until the cows come home because it fits our narrative. In America, yeah, I think there's a problem with the police. In the UK, our police force are like little soft teddy bears in comparison. Look how they handled the Black Lives riot at the weekend. You know, they didn't. They just let them get on with it and then get beat up. In America, people would have been shot and killed. My experience of the police is the police are always desperate for a nick. Don't speak to the police, white or black. It's not a race thing over here. People go, oh, you're white privilege, Darren. White privilege. But the police, if you have any dealings with them, they look around. They look around at what. Oh, did you buy this guitar? Have you got a receipt for that? They want an easy nick, whether you're black, white, or otherwise, and that's why you got to always be careful how you deal with the police. Again, statistically in the UK, if you're white, you're more likely to die in police custody than black people. But then black people say about the rates are skewed because of how many black people there are. Racial profiling, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Everyone can meld statistics into the narrative that you want. But I certainly wouldn't want to deal with the police, because I don't think my white privilege will help me. I've had dealings with the police this year. If anyone's been following what I do on social media, I saw someone being robbed. I reported it like a good citizen. The policeman came round. I took him to the kitchen, where there's nothing in the kitchen that he could see. Made sure everything was tidied away so he couldn't see what I owned. That's how I'm thinking. Nothing to do with black privilege or white privilege. You've got to be careful of the police because they want an easy nick. Statistics. Gave them a statement, thought nothing of it. Year goes by, I get a call saying, "Oh, we want you to testify." And I went, "Okay. When do you need me?" "Oh, we want you at the end of the week." This was like on a Monday, and they wanted me on Friday or something. And I said, "Okay, it's a bit short notice. Got to look after my son and everything." "Oh, and it's in Norwich. It's Norwich Crown Court." And I said, "Excuse me, why is it Norwich? There are plenty of courts in London. There are plenty of courts around here. Between here and Norwich, plenty of courts." "Oh, yeah, but it's mealy mouth bullshit reply." And I said, "Well, I can't do it. Goodbye." And I put the phone down because I couldn't do it. There's no way I'm going to Norwich on my own. You know, having to deal with Herb again. I don't expect the missus to drop what she's doing and look after him. It's my responsibility, and they didn't give me enough notice, so fuck you. And if you look at the rules and regulations, they're meant to give you like something like 4 weeks notice of attending a trial and everything. However, if you don't attend and the judge asks you to attend, you can be in contempt of court, and you can get a big fine or even go to prison. Balls. They had my balls in hand. So I had the police turn up at my door literally an hour later of coming off the phone from someone up in Norwich. I had the local bobbies knocking on my door saying, "You've got to go and go. Why don't you want to go to the court?" And I'm going, "Because it's in Norwich. It's going to be nearly 5 hours of my day travelling to be up in the box for 10 minutes. That's insane." I said, well, okay, video. You've got there's a police station in Loughton. I'll do it via video. Oh well, we do. They go away. More phone calls. I negotiate with them. I said, look, okay, well, I'll do it. Oh well, we can't do it in Loughton, but if you go to Barkingside, okay. Well, because we can't get a policeman to stand with you while you wait. It's like 10 minutes. 10 minutes of me giving my statement in which I say, I didn't see who did it. I saw what happened, but I didn't see them. Blah-de-blah-de-blah. So I go, okay, Barkingside. If you can get me a video link at Barkingside, I will be there. You don't have to pay for it. I will get a cab there. I can do that. It can be done, right? During the daytime, it can be done. Because Herb's at school, whatnot. Okay. And all the time the clock's ticking down of when I'm due to appear in court, and I'm getting stressed out. And then it's the court case is held back to the following Wednesday or Thursday. When was it? Thursday? Because it was near the 26th of February. This is where the story gets really interesting. Bear with me. It is interesting. Trust me. So I get more phone calls. Oh, I'm in an iron. And I said, well, look, if you can't get the thing at Barkingside, you'll have to put on a car. You have to bring a car, drive me to Norwich, and bring the car back again. I said, because I'm not getting on the train, because that's going to take me even longer. That's going to be nearly 6 hours, maybe 7 hours of my day for 10 minutes, and it ain't worth it. It's not worth it. Eventually, I think it's on the day, was it a day or 2 days before? Might have even been the day before. I get a call saying, "Oh, they've admitted it. You don't have to go in now." Oh, okay, great, thanks. But in the interim period, I looked at the cases that were going on because I wanted to know my enemy. I wanted to know who I was up against, and I looked at the people who were involved, and they were involved in some very dodgy people, some big gangs who operate out of Enfield, North London, that is literally half an hour away from me. And I'm thinking, oh shit. And they're going to say, yeah, we know the guy. He walks along with a black and white dog. And he goes out at this time. And I'm thinking, oh, shit. I mean, I did actually relay this concern to the police officers saying, they know what I look like. I don't want to do this anymore. Because you just think it's just some kids, stealing someone's 10 grand watch. Yeah, the guy was wearing a 10 grand Rolex. I thought it was actually a insurance job, how easy he gave the watch over to them. For if I was wearing a 10 grand watch, they would have had to have cut me into little pieces. Anyway, so I'm checking out on the court website. You can do this. You can search which court cases are going on. And on the 26th of February, 26th of February is actually the birth date of my maternal grandmother. 26th of February. Don't worry, I don't use it for any passwords, so you're alright. I notice that the guy who bought my shop was up before the beak, because he's got a very distinctive name. I could say it, but that's not fair on him. But now you've probably gone and looked it up. And he was up before the beak. I don't know what he was up for, but it was short. He must have admitted his guilt. But that was funny. Isn't it funny how the universe flows back? I don't look for this stuff. It presents itself to me. And their court case was on the 27th or 28th of February. But yeah, you go. That was interesting. So black privilege, yeah, this, that and the other. White privilege, yeah, whatever. The police will get you and they want you. And then, don't end there. There was a case last, was it December, of a young lad who was killed. Don't want to talk about it in detail because it's an ongoing case. He was killed, guy ran him over and hit a load of people. I tweeted what had happened because I got information from someone else. I was walking back with Herbie. It all unfolded, and Verity goes to that school, and I just wanted everyone to know what was going on. So they think I witnessed it. The police were like on me. Oh, did you? I got an email a couple of months back. Oh, yeah, you saw what happened. No, I bloody well didn't. Just retweeted somebody else's. And I said, and I deleted the tweet as soon as I knew your case was active, so I didn't perjure, didn't prejudice or perjure your case. Okay. And that's that, because they're always digging. They're always digging, the police. And you can report a crime, and then they'll make you look guilty. Like I said, the missus had a car broken into a couple of times, and the last time it happened, they took my fingerprints. Before that, they never took my fingerprints. Oh yeah, we just want to We want to, be able to exclude you from the investigation. They stole a £20 stereo out of her car. £20 stereo, and they fingerprinted me. And my fingerprints were on record for, I don't know, 10 years or whatever it was. That's my white privilege. Yeah, but Darren, you didn't die. You didn't die. No, but I could do if they took me into the nick and I put up a bit of a struggle. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's funny how people who don't struggle don't tend to die, innit? You just got to let them beat you up. You've got to let them beat you up. But there you go. But yeah, police are lovely. We love the police. Ah, dear. So that was that. Tim says, hi Darren, always enjoy your chats about your guitars and recording gear. A bit of an audiophile. Could you do a feature on your hi-fi setup one day? Why? It's an old Sony 5.1 amp, which is I've had for about 10 years now. I can't remember what one it is. STR 3500 ES or something. The speakers are really old. Oh, what's the brand again? I can't remember. L-Tax. They're L-Tax Studios. I bought them in the year 2000, and I've had them ever since. And that's my my record player is an Audio Technica one, LP 120. Oh, that was exciting, wasn't it? Garrett's in. Payne's in. Mutton got a notification. That's funny because nobody else did. Mankey asked if I've seen the music app by Zhu Zhu. C'est très bon. Nah, because he didn't want to charge something like 400 quid for a box set of nothing. I'm sick of musicians. They're all a bunch of wankers, aren't they? Absolute wankers. Payne says better late than never. I suppose so. Pinks is in. He says hello. And Munton's had his dinner. Hooray! Good for Munton. Now they're all talking. They're all chatting amongst themselves. Lenin says, hi Darren, I got hit with a depression because I was triggered from missing my pals and partner a lot. It's hard. It's hard for anyone. My daughter's in the same boat. She's missing the social side of school. Herb's loving it. Herb loves being at home because he gets to play on his computer and play Sonic the Hedgehog all day and Minecraft. But yeah, it's going to be difficult. I don't know, if you've got a goldfish, talk to the goldfish. That's all I can say. I've got no hints or tips of what to do. Payne says, I don't have YouTube notifications on ever. I do it all on the edge. It's only failed me once when the stream didn't appear on the sub feed. This is the problem. It's a bit shonky, but you know. Then he says, lockdown sucked, but I am recovering. Good for you. Keep it up. Keep the pecker up, as they say. You got to keep the old pecker up. The other Payne's in. Pink says, Days of Our Lives is a good documentary on Queen. There's loads of documentaries on Queen. Loads of them. Hundreds. I think at least 1 million documentaries on Queen. Munton says, the most accurate biopic I've seen is Love and Mercy. Even Brian Wilson admitted he really captured the troubling years with both the Beach Boys and his personal life. Payne says the biopic did wonders for Queen's popularity. Well, Queen are always popular. Brian May has been voted the world's greatest guitarist. What more could you want? Hopefully it makes his bum feel a bit better. But yeah, why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? Agassi says, will you do Beef Art again? Well, the Beef Art review's still up. You mean Trout Mask Replica? That's not been lost. It's still there, unfortunately. So no, I'm not doing it again. You'd have to pay me. Connor says, Led Zeppelin? Yeah, there will be Led Zeppelin. There will be Led Zeppelin. I've got to do all that again. Oh God, I'm all right up to Houses of the Holy, and then after that, it's one big pain in the arsehole. Oh, Garrett, you're going to get yourself banned by saying such stupid things like that. Everybody knows that Queen are great and Bohemian Rhapsody movie is the best thing ever, and you're wrong. So you might want to step out for a minute. Kitten Care says, hi Darren, just curious, how long have you lived where you live at now? Oh, I can't answer that. I can't answer that. It's private. Let's just say I've lived here a while, a few months. How long have you known? Well, then you've known me years. Let's just say this is a lucky number. That's how long you've known me. A lucky number. 13 years, that's right. You got it right there, Kit and Care. Cyrus says, oh, they're still talking to each other. Raphael says, I just saw the documentary about Michael Hutchins on Netflix. I liked it. Well edited. Is it called I Died from a Strangle Wank by any chance? Never tear us apart. Could have any woman he wanted. Died of a strangle wank. See what I mean? That's terrible, isn't it? Mind you, he did have to fuck Paula Yates. Bob Geldof sloppy seconds. Oh. Need some more coffee. Pink says it's the anniversary of the UK release of Invisible Touch. She seemed to have an invisible touch. No, I think you're wrong. That's wrong. Surely not. Not June. I'm sure it was out in May. I'm sure it was May. Maybe that was a single. Oh God, here we go. It ain't Prog. Oh fuck me. I'm not going to go there again. You've got to remember what 1987 or 6 or whenever it was, 84. I can't remember when it came out. It was a long time ago. We still had Woolworths. If you'd have told me back then Woolworths would be no more, I'd have said, you're kidding me, you're kidding me. Our price no more. What? No more. Our price? Virgin Megastore. Gone. I'm going, what do you mean? Stop being horrible. And then they just said, Darren, Sony will stop making the Discman. But how will I listen to my CDs? But you'll be able to buy record players. What kind of weird world is this? What is this weird future you're predicting where there'll be no CD players and record players will rule? And that's what it would have been like for me. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that future? Oh fuck, it happened. Garrett says, did you ever hear about a name called David Dawn? Cushion says they should make a Fleetwood Mac biopic. Well, I mean, it'd have to be in like, I don't know how many parts would it be? It'd be an epic. It'd be like Lord of the Rings, wouldn't it? It'd have so many false endings. It'd make Return of the King look like something with one ending. I didn't quite think that through then, did I? No, didn't think that through. The coffee's not working. I got a frothy one. It's got all froth in the bottom. Oh. If you're really lucky, I'll put it on my finger. That'll get some complaints. These fake cappuccinos are great. Have a real frothy bit at the end. I can't resist it. I can't resist it. I just need to wipe my moustache. Got froth on my moustache. Ajax says, good pick. Bo would be interesting to see what Sacha Baron Cohen would have done with it, as he wanted a more adult version focusing on Freddie's partying and drugs. But how boring is that? That's not what it's about. That's boring. Who wants to see that? That's not what Queen is. Queen isn't, that's just boring. That's really not the story. Boring. It's boring, isn't it? Because they didn't have a drug problem. They just had lots of drugs at hand to make their parties swing. They're not like some bands where the drugs got in the way. I suppose you could blame onto Hot Space on the drugs, and I suppose, yeah. But nah, again, I don't really think I mean, I thought that Sacha Baron Cohen might have been able to pull it off, but then when Rami Malek did it, he did such a good job. It's just such a good job of it, you know. And again, what kind of story do you want to tell? You want it to be a hard 18 rating? No, that ain't. That's no good. That's no good. Don't want that. That's rubbish. Munn says, did Stevie Nicks have plans on a movie recently? Munn says, what do I think of Bill and Ted? I think they're most excellent. Who watched the trailer today? I did. Yeah, Bill and Ted are alright. It's just a shame there's going to be no George Carlin in it. You know? Maybe I could CGI him into it. That'd be good. That's the sad part. Well, that's good, Lenin. That's a good thing. Payne says, not as many artists have jumped on the biopic bandwagon after Queen as I'd expected. No, because they haven't got an interesting story, have they? They've not got an interesting lead singer who's, you know, wild and exotic, who has an exotic backstory. You know, who wants to see the Rolling Stone? Mick Jagger, oh, Keith, oh. Just watch Stella Street. Look it up, Stella Street. Phil Cornwall and John Sessions. I used to love that show back in the day. There aren't that many bands I think that can hold it. I mean, you had Elton John's one. I haven't watched it. I have zero interest in Elton John. Just boring. But there aren't many bands out there that I think really deserve. I mean, the Beatles. We could have, you know, could have loads of those. I mean, there've been quite a few. Is it Birth of the Beatles? Was that the one? That was a good one. But there are very few bands that really deserve it. You know? Yeah. ESTP says, what do you think about people who believe Roger Waters is bullying Dave Gilmour and has no right to the band after leaving it behind years ago? I think that Dave Gilmour has retired the band and is exactly the same position as Roger Waters. I think Polly Sampson is pulling the strings. It's your fucking wife. It's your fucking wife. That's why Roger Waters alluded to Spinal Tap in his message. It's a shame that all these old men can't just get along and be civil and be gentlemanly about these things. The band is over. Gilmour said so. It's finished. I'm done with it. Pink Floyd is no more. He has said that. He has retired from Pink Floyd. That's why he doesn't do any of the promotional stuff, and that's why Nick Mason is out doing his thing. And I think if Gilmour's finished with the name, then he should let Mason or even Waters pick it up and play with it, because he's missing out on the money. Imagine if Waters and Mason went out under the Pink Floyd banner. Gilmour gets a cut of the lovely dosh. You know, there's just, but it's professional arrogance on all sides. You know. Again, we've talked about this before. Roger Waters dumped the band because they weren't productive and he had projects he wanted to do and Gilmour wouldn't write and Richard Wright was in a cocaine fug and Nick Mason would rather race his cars. So he said, right, I'm out of here, guys. Pink Floyd is creatively done. And then Gilmour went, really? And made a play for the name. It's all a power play. It is all very cynical. That's why it was so acrimonious, because it's all about the name. The name puts bums on seats. That's why Roger Waters has to work twice as hard to get people in the door. You know, it is what it is. It's the music biz. It's all about the money. It's all about the Spondulics, isn't it? Pink says, want to get the new Elvis biopic directed by Baz Luhrmann. That'll be something. Ajax says, there is a Bowie on the way. But there's no Bowie. Well, again, they've done it. There's a good Prince one with what's his name from? Oh God, I forgot the name of the band. Did Hey Ya, Hey Ya, Hey Ya. I'm trying to remember the name of the biopic, but there was no Hendrix music in that. He played Hendrix quite well actually. And it's good, but again, the Hendrix estate at the last minute pulled out and said, no, you can't use it. And same with the Bowie estate, they've said, no, you can't use the music. And that's why a lot of these biopics are heavily sanitised. That's why there's a certain, you know, story that's going to be told, because they want to protect the legacy of these artists. You know, they don't want to do a biopic where Bowie is seen, you know, stumping his young groupies, you know, all of them underage, because it was the 70s, you know. It was the 70s. You could do that back then. Nobody cared. You know, so it's you know, it's what it is. Whether it's any good or not, it's another matter, you know. Lenin says, recommendation to you, Darren, listen to London by it. No, I'm not listening to it. No, not interested. Bye bye. If you want me to listen to stuff, you've got to pay me money, like the others. Yeah, Pink Floyd biopic, just on 1985. That would be good, wouldn't it? Do 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 do. Bum ba-dum ba-dum ba-la-dum ba-dum ba-dum. Dry Lamb says, well, Dan, you should mind your own business next time. It happened right in front of me. Right in front of me. And yes, I will not be reporting any crimes to the police anytime soon, because there's a chance that they will say, yeah, we'll see you in Norwich. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? But yeah, so no, I won't be helping the police anytime soon. There you go. Lenny says da 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 ba 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 boo. Everyone's talking to each other. La 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 la. Severe depression. Oh, blimey. Where are we? Oh, God, now it's all gone scrolling up the screen. I've got to find it. Cyrus agrees with me. Severe depression. That's it. Watch them. Lindsay says hello. Andrew says hello. So we've got Lindsay and Andrew in. That's good. Okay, talking again. Payne says, if David Gilmour was sailing on the Astoria and he saw what was drowning, would he take him on board and save his life? I've pondered this for a while. Probably not. I think Roger Waters would save David Gilmour, though. What are my top 3 Queen albums? Queen's Greatest Hits, Queen's Greatest Hits 2, and Queen's Greatest Hits 3. That's Andrew Williams who asked that. Oh yeah, keep away from the church, Lenin. Andrew says, what album do you prefer? I don't prefer any of those albums. I think they're all awful. Coda, I prefer that one because it's the shortest. And actually, Coda I was expecting to be quite bad, and I remember enjoying it when I reviewed it the first time. I thought, because everyone's like, oh, Coda's the, you know, the contractual obligation album, and I quite enjoyed it. I thought it was all right. Duke Bud says, I see why the anal prog fans were saying Real Touch isn't prog, because there are no mellotron or guitar solos, 12 strings, no crazy time signatures. Add those 80s sounds, and, well, you got to remember, the 80s sounds were the mellotrons and the 12 strings, you know. The Simmons drum pad was prog. Bill Bruford. No one complained about Bill Bruford playing it, but Phil Collins does it. Oh, it's pop. You see where I'm going. Then you've got all the amazing synthesizer noises from old Banksy himself. Go and listen to it. Go to 1986, pick up all the albums from that year, listen to them, and then you'll come out of it going, fuck me, Genesis were doing something really left field. Just completely. And again, it sounds completely different to the one that came before and the one that came after. It is a unique record, you know? It's a unique record. I hated it like the rest of you. And then a good few years of not listening to it, and then listen to the remastered version in the surrounding sound. I got to hear all Mike Rutherford's weird guitar plucking, you know, this rhythm thing. It's got this really weird, you know, which I'd never heard before. You know, it's unique and it's peppered throughout the entire record. Like I say, tonight turns into and it's almost industrial in its production. You know, people people just got to moan. They got to moan because they think that, oh, Peter Gabriel, oh, it was so good. Yeah, but no one was buying the fucking records. Only one man and his dog would turn up to see him. You know, who wants that? Who wants that? No one wants that. No one. No one. So says, an artist I think would benefit from a biopic is Nick Drake. I know he's a cult following, but a biopic might boost his audience by a lot. Yeah, again, not much of a story there. It'd be pretty short. It'd have to be like 90 minutes. It'd be because Nick Drake was an enigma even to his friends. He'd turn up, not speak, and then disappear. He would get in his car and drive for miles until he'd run out of petrol. Doesn't make good viewing, does it? When he'd play, sometimes he'd play really well. Sometimes he'd be crippled by nerves. You know, he was frustrated that his songs weren't being heard. And again, he was one of those people that he couldn't get arrested when he was alive, and then it was only like maybe 10 years after his death he started to garner a more cult following. You know, but how do you make that into an interesting biopic? You can do a documentary, there's plenty of documentaries about him, but a biopic? How do you make that interesting? You know, maybe looking at his childhood, you know, started with him as a child, talk about his mother and her musical aspirations, because his mother was a big musician. But again, is that exciting? Is that interesting? You know, this isn't a tortured artist in the sense that he's, you know, taking drugs and banging women and, you know, getting beaten up in a Soho bar. You know, it's not that kind of story. It's a very difficult story to tell without the audience nodding off, you know. His life is like his music, genteel and mysterious and unexplained, you know, and just a little bit too left field for most people to understand. But you know, it's a tricky one, that. But yeah, he needs a boost, I think. I mean, I'll always champion him. I avoided him for years because I was like, Nick Drake, Nick Drake, it's what all those you know, hip wankers listen to. And then I listened to it, and that was it. I resisted for at least 10 years. It's like, no, I'm not. And then I was like, now I'm a fan. Fuck it. I was like that with Michael Brook. I remember reading the reviews of Cobalt Blue, and everyone was raving about him, and this is a great record. It can't be that good. It can't be that good. Then I saw him open for David Sylvian and the featured artist, and it was like, fuck, this guy's really good. I want to be like that. That's what I want to do, you know. So you can only resist so far. Tom Pink says, people do not agree on the Stranglewank death. The coroner's report was dubious. I don't care. It makes it more interesting. Stranglewank. It's a Stranglewank. Why is Bob Geldof hated? What, by me? Because he exploited an African famine to become a Sir Bob. He made his millions on the starvation and suffering of children. Did we solve the starvation in Africa? No. A lot of that went to the despots and the leaders, you know, who took our donations and turned them into guns for more war. You know. Yeah. We were duped. Sean Ryan says, Stuart McConey and Danny Baker hate Queen. Yeah, Danny Baker. I didn't know it was her baby. Yeah, well, it's just fashionable for them to hate Queen. You know. Isn't it? It's just fashionable. It makes him look hip with the you know, the hip kids. Oh, look, they don't like Queen too. I can relate to them, you know. But Danny Baker's a racist. Didn't know it was her baby, did I? It was her baby. That was his defence. Fuck me. And Stuart McConey, fuck, I mean, crikey, he's been doing the same thing for how many years? How many years? Very limited, these people. And the same with Baker, very limited. This is a guy with so much broadcasting experience. He posted a picture of a monkey in a suit to announce the arrival of a little baby. Mixed race baby at that. Wow. Keep it classy, Baker. Keep it classy. I was a big fan of his, but like Andy Partridge, fuck you, you revealed your true nature and then you try to backpedal out of it. Well, because Geldof got on a big boat to shout at fishermen that they shouldn't vote to leave the EU. Because millionaires like telling poor people what to do. It's what they do. They love to tell the poor how to vote. On both sides, on both left and right. But if you're poor and you've got no fucking reason to support the wretched EU, and Geldof comes along with his millions, which again he's made off of the backs of starving Africans, very humble, that very humbling, and he's a Sir Bob. God, fuck me, fuck him, and then he let his own daughter die of a drugs overdose, just like a mother did, like his ex-missus. I've got no time for him. I've got no time for him. He's a repugnant human being. Repugnant. Arrogant as well, from all accounts. He's one of those people who says, "Don't you know who I am?" You know, people have seen him in restaurants, banging tables. "Don't you know who I am?" Yeah, you're a scruffy Irish git. Dawson says, "Do you like any Joy Division songs?" You've obviously not seen me cover Love Will Tear Us Apart, have you? I know Duke Budgie was referring to other people. I know, it's okay. I wasn't having a go at you, I was having a go at the other people. Sorry if it came across as the wrong thing. Silver Rainbow. It's one of the worst songs I've ever done. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. It is singularly the worst song they ever recorded. That is like scientific fact. It's like, how could you like that? It's not. It's awful. It's appalling. Absolutely appalling. Absolutely appalling. It's up there with All in a Mouse's Night. Isn't it just? Isn't it? Kitten says, "Do you have the English book of Rodelius' biography? It's a good read, references Eno and German music scene." No, I haven't got that yet. I hate Silver Rainbow. It's the worst. I'm going to say again, it's the worst thing they've ever recorded. Terrible. Absolutely ball bags. Ball bags. Rene says, "Are there still any record stores in your neighbourhood? If yes, do you still go there?" There's one, but I ain't going there because it's too fucking far to walk and it's on an industrial estate. And I can't go for that. But no, there aren't any record shops in my locale. And even if there was, I wouldn't go there. Because there's nothing worse than going to record shops with other smelly men standing by the bins, pretending they know what they're looking for, aimlessly searching through all the detritus that nobody else wants, in the hope that they might find that rare album. But the guy's already marked it up and put it up on the wall. So you've lost. No. Just go on eBay or Discogs. That's all you need to do. Oh, horrible. Lenin says, "I find it hilarious that Richard Branson started his wealth by signing Virgin label and antisocial multi-instrumentalist." Richard Branson started his wealth by ripping people off because he never used to pay his bills or anything. Go and read up on him. He's another fucking crook. Oh dear. Wilkes says, "How have you been dealt with your pets dying?" My beautiful cat died at 12. Utterly horrible feeling, like losing a part of your family. It was grief, innit? They die. You get them, you love them, they die. Like all things, everything dies in the end. Everything leaves, everything will go. Everything ends. You will end, I will end, everything will eventually end. And that is a fact. And that's it. And you've got to learn how to deal with it. It's not easy. It's like a scar. It fades over time, but sometimes you can feel it. And that's just human grief. But yeah, it's grief, isn't it? Watkins says Keith Moon would have been a great biopic. Now there's a story. Vivian Stanshall had a script. They were going to do this back in the 80s. Again, Townsend and Daltrey and all that. They were going to put money up, and there was much, pushing backwards and forwards, and there were scripts. And I think, like I said, Vivian Stanshall was involved because again he knew Keith Moon well. They were friends and used to pull off pranks together, and it just never happened. Again, now, who would be interested? Keith Moon is nothing. He's no one. He's dead. He's finished. This is it. Back in the 80s, he was still remembered, and unfortunately, they fade. People fade. Like I say, Jimi Hendrix. You'd have thought that biopic would have been massive and that there'd have been a great call for it, but no one's interested. This is it. It goes. It comes and it goes. That's why it was a miracle. See what I did there? That the Queen biopic did so well. They played the game. They knew how to get people interested. This is what I mean about it's got to be a special kind of thing. Elton John did it because he's still alive and he can still go on chat shows and talk about it with Taron Egerton and everything. They're playing the game. But, look back and people are not interested. Who cares? There's got to be a certain story. It's like if there was an Elvis biopic, No one's going to care. Not now. Time passes. And this is the thing that people have got to understand. Everything has its time. Everything comes and everything goes. And you've got, again, musicians, after they die, they've got about maybe 10 years. 10 years to keep their legacy going. And that's it. Oh, how about a Frank Zappa biopic? Only the Dutch would be interested in seeing that. No one else. This is it. People just hold up this shitty music, this shit. They hold it up like it means something. It has some sort of cultural value. It doesn't. Look how culture is constantly evolving. Look how there are cultural changes almost on a weekly basis now, and things go in and out of fashion, and some things are funny and some things aren't. It's a roller coaster of ups and downs, and it'll all be forgotten. It'll all be forgotten, and that's it. There will be a day when Bowie will be forgotten. It will happen. And again, it will happen mainly because, they don't want a biopic made. Or they want a certain biopic made, and then when they do finally get around to doing it, when Duncan Jones finally gives the green light to do it, no one will care. Give it another 10 years. Nobody interested in Bowie anymore, because all the Bowie fans will be dead. The fans die, and the younger kids, they don't want to buy the records. They're not interested. It's all done. It's all over. Jukebud says you can't be the types of musicians and songwriters of the colour of Queen if you're under the influence of drugs. Exactly. But it's drugs, man. So many great songs been written on drugs. It's bullshit. It's absolute bollocks. No one writes good music on drugs. It doesn't happen. You might get some lyrics out of it, but not music, and certainly not playing. Do you know how hard it is to play after a couple of beers? Very difficult. Your hands just go all over the... Whoa! It's just... The Queen were recreational. They ran it like a business. It was 9 to 5, and after gigs, they bought all the drugs for other people to enjoy, and they stood back and watched the mirth and the mayhem. Again, if you see any documentary footage of them, they'd all be standing back like that, watching everybody else having a good time. I'm sure they indulged, but they didn't go crazy. Ajax says Stella Street was great. Got the movie on DVD. Yeah, it's good. Didn't Jagger act in a film recently, says Tom. I haven't watched it. Jagger's done a lot of stuff. His first one was Ned Kelly back in the day. And Jagger's been in a lot of movies. Was it Free Jack? That was another one. That was a sci-fi one in the 80s. He's done a lot, loads of stuff. Oh, Keith, have you read the script, Keith? Wilkes said, didn't you once say a Pink Floyd biopic would be boring as ever? Absolutely, because they're boring people. They're faceless. That's why they went on stage on the Wall tour. They sent on a surrogate band wearing the face mask, the death mask of the band, because no one had noticed the fucking difference. Because it's only in the 80s that everybody knew who they were, because they saw their faces because of court cases and trials and being covered in the media. But before 1985, nobody knew what Roger Waters looked like or Davy Boy Gilmore looked like. No one knew. They were anonymous. That was the part of their appeal. They didn't appear on the record sleeves. Only in the insert of Medal. That was always a good thing. Finding a copy of Medal second hand that somebody hadn't doodled on the inside. How many times I'd seen, Roger Waters with glasses, and Nick Mason with a big comedy nose, and Richard Wright with an arrow through his head, and Dave Gilmour with spots. Oh, that was always the trick, wasn't it? Always the trick. But yeah, boring band, boring fans, boring live, boring. Pink Floyd are boring. Everybody knows that. Cyrus says, I think David and Roger need to reread the lyrics they've written all these years. Maybe that will stop the bickering. Well, again, I think again, feelings were hurt, and this is where we're at. They just need to get them into a room together, give them a cuddle. They should cuddle each other. Get it on. Oops. It's all gone wobbly. Oh no, where am I? I've lost the questions again. Oh, there's too many questions. I've got to get a move on. Too many questions. Pink says the Doors biopic with Val Kilmer. That wasn't good. I enjoyed it. I liked it with the Indian. Was that the Naked Indian, or was that Wayne's World 2? I always get them mixed up. I quite liked that one. Quite liked it. Carl McLachlan as was it Ray Manzarek? Yeah, very good that. Ajax says, all by my side was a good Hendrix biopic. Andre 3000 played him. That's it. Andre, I can't remember his name. I know it had a number in it. It was a good. I like the way how they recreated 60s London. I thought it was pretty cool. It was on one night. I watched it in bed. Mrs. said, turn it down. Can't sleep. But then she fell asleep. And then I put the pillow over her face. And she drifted off of her own accord. But yeah, no, it's a good. I didn't mind it, Munton says, Dan, I noticed your VDG primary isn't up, which means it must have been lost. Yes. I need to redo it? Yes. Yes. Oh no, not cheese sandwiches. Oh, do you know how much trouble that would get me into? Maybe I'll eat a banana. Oh no, that'd have to be for Velvet Underground, wouldn't it? Energy says, John Anderson, 1,000 hand jobs is out. Oh, I don't care. It was so good that he didn't sell any last year, and so now he's got to have it reissued this year. I don't think anybody cares. Andrew says, do you like Primus? Didn't you unbox Salem the Seas of Cheese? You also like Faith No More? True. Everything's true. So, oh no, they're talking again. Wait a minute. 1,000 hand jobs. That's what I call it. Ajax Johnson says Stoned was a good biopic about Brian Jones. Oh yeah, God. Well, Brian Jones was a bit of an oddity. Was he murdered? Because again, he knew there were some dodgy people hanging around him, wasn't he? There was that's murky. That's a murky story. isn't it? I don't know if did I read a biography of him. I know I read Dear Boy. I read the Keith Moon one years ago. Must have been 20 years ago now. Turn of the century. When you say it like that, did I read that one? Did I read it? I don't know. Maybe I didn't. Payne says, I do think that So benefits greatly from not having electronic drums. Might have some that aren't prominent. Same goes for Back in the High Life. There are some things on there, but not a lot. But there's an awful lot of manipulation. There's an awful lot of like sampling and things, and loops. A lot of loops cut up. So yeah, because Gabriel's he's fascinated with rhythm, same as I am. He works from the bottom up, like I do. Who doesn't like working from the bottom up? Hey, ladies. So yeah. Yeah. I think they're electronic drums on big time. I think there might be. It might be a sample on We Do What We're Told. There were drum machines on the original version of This Is the Picture, Excellent Birds, but they were replaced by real drums on Gabriel's version. On Laurie Anderson's one, I think there was... Maybe it wasn't, maybe it was real drums. I don't know. A long time ago. I'm drifting off. Anyway, Munton says, would you rank Union High lower than Time in a Word, Tomato or Drama? Higher. Payne still likes Invisible Touch. Excellent. Kitten Care says, does the synth bass on Invisible Touch song kind of bother you? Nope. Love it. Willie Lixnick says, what about Sid Barrett biopic? That could be good. How would it be good? Roger starts a band with another guy called Roger, so calls himself Sid. They're all nice preppy boys who really should be studying architecture. Very middle class. Comes out of Cambridge. Likes playing blues standards. Starts a band. Takes some drugs. Loses his mind. Gets kicked out of the band. Ends up with a load of people that keep feeding him drugs, which make him even worse. Makes some albums that are crap. Walks back to Cambridge. Eats a lot of pork chops. Turns up at the recording of Wish You Were Here. Completely unrecognisable. 20 stone. Head shaved. Eyebrows shaved. Says, when do you want me to do my solo? And everyone goes. Disappears again. Then does art at home, looked after by his sister, and then he dies. Well, that's really fucking fascinating, isn't it? You're going to get them packed in with that one. Fuck. Oh, I know. You want a 20-minute fucking interlude, like something out of Sergeant Pepper's, you know, and the Magical Mystery Tour spliced with Yellow Submarine animation. That's what you want, isn't it? That's what you want. You want kaleidoscope fucking eyes. That's what you want. Lucy in the fucking sky with diamonds. You haven't thought it through. Be boring. Rock stars are boring. Boring. Alice Cooper, even he's boring. He plays golf. Boring. And we can't do Iggy Pop because of the see-through plastic trousers. You're not going to get past censors these days. It's never going to happen. Watch Velvet Goldmine. That's not a biopic. That's kind of a fictional kind of thing. You'd like that. There's synth bass everywhere. I mean, you know. Andrew says, do you like Huey Lewis and the News? Not particularly. I remember it in the film American Psycho. Christian Bale asked about his victims. Yeah, but he also talks about Genesis because he doesn't know music. It's a satire on the superficiality of the yuppie. All right, he talks about music but gets all the details wrong, and that annoys all the anal people. But you're missing the point. He fundamentally, as a psychopath, has no understanding of the music. It doesn't touch him emotionally. Watch it. It's that people interpret that scene completely wrong all the time. All the time. I mean, you like Invisible Touch. That means you're like Patrick Bateman. People leave comments like that. They leave comments like that. Can you? And I go, you don't understand what that scene represents, do you? It's incredibly tiresome. People are tiresome. Everything's tiresome. Do you listen to music? Not particularly. It's not my kind of. But, like I say, it is hip to be square. I like it in Back to the Future. He's good in that. Look, I like the hits. I mean, they don't upset me the same way that Deacon Blue upsets me. I should have done what I should have did. Oh yeah. Payne says, I agree with your appreciation of Rutherford on Invisible Touch. He really came into his own as a guitarist. Now you see what he did there is Tony Banks hates guitars and he hates guitarists even more. He's a keyboard player. Why would he like guitarists, right? He plays a bit of 12 string sometimes. And so Rutherford, of years of having his guitar mixed out and mixed down and sidelined by Banks, got into the studio nice and early, and he peppered the album full of guitar in such a way that Banks didn't even realise it was there. It was a work of Machiavellian genius. Trust me on this. It is buried within the mix. And again, it was only in the surround sound mix that it was like, oh, wait a minute, Rutherford's all over this. Wow, this is interesting. And he got his way around Banks's ear. And that, I think, it's really cool. There you go. But yes, we are in agreement. What is my favourite Creedence Clearwater Revival song? I don't even know what they are. He's nothing like Hackett, no. But no, he's a rhythmic player because he's a bass player. If you're a bassist, if you play the bass, like I've been known to dabble, he says, look at all my basses. I have 1 bass, 2 bass, 3 bass, 4 bass, 5 basses. No man needs 5 basses. I got to 5th bass. If you're a bass player, you tend to play more rhythmically as a guitarist. Funny enough, you're a bit of a rhythm guitarist. You're a better, again, when you don't do melody so much. It's more based on the rhythm. It's like that's what I find. Yeah, and I'm sure I'm right when I'm talking for Michael Rutherford. What would I know? I don't know anything. Oh dear. Cyrus says, I do believe there have to be a few liberties taken in turn of Nick's life. I know people are against liberties in biopics, but again, if it was making the story more interesting, dramatic. You talking about Nick Drake, yeah. They're going to have to make him like a womanizer. Yeah, babe, you want to hear my new album? Come up to my apartment and we'll make sweet, passionate love. It'd have to be like that. Again, not all musicians are interesting. Not all musicians are. I don't think any musicians are interesting. Oh dear. Though I think the most interesting biopic would be Ian Anderson, but we don't tell the story of Jethro Tull. We do Ian Anderson, farmer, and fish farmer. Yeah, that's what we do. We the whole like kind of, well, it wouldn't be a documentary, but a documentary feel, but him setting up his fish farm, salmon farming. Yeah. Yeah, Mick Fleetwood. He could play Ian Anderson. There you go. That brings in the Fleetwood Mac part. Hey, I know you'd all be on board for that. I think the scales have fallen from your eyes. And at the end it would say Finn. Okay. Raphael suggests a Pink Floyd biopic in 3 parts like The Godfather. Yeah, that'd work. But Syd Barrett ends up dying in a hail of bullets. And Roger Waters puts a horse's head in David Gilmour's bed. And then they do the Apocalypse Now ending with Gilmour going, the horror, in a darkened room with Polly Sampson hitting coconut shells together. That'd work. I'd pay to see that. Rene asks, is Shane McGowan still active? He's still out there. He's not dead. He had a new set of teeth, didn't he, at one point? He got some new teeth. That's nice. I don't have any opinion on the Pogues or Shane McGowan, other than I hate that fucking Christmas song so much. I hate it. It's a shame that's what Kirsty MacColl's remembered for. Isn't it a shame? Cyrus says, for example, you can highlight the moments where Nick is driving off his car. I think there's some dramatic potential, as well as how his life gradually went downhill with his lack of success. Yeah, but he spent a lot of time moping around. Look at the Joy Division biopic. There's a lot of moping around in that. It'd have to be in black and white, I think. I know, you could make it like a travel log. Drake travels the UK in his car, constantly running out of petrol, on the search for his missing master tapes. We borrow the line from Paul McCartney's Give My Regards to Broad Street, where he's in search of his master tapes. They're in the cab all along. Spoilers. Ringo's in that. I love that film. I've only seen it a couple of times, but because I don't show it that often on the telly. I love that film so much. It's a guilty pleasure, if there is such a thing. And so Nick Drake travels the UK searching for his master tapes or his guitar. His guitar ends up being taken by a fan accidentally in the boot of her car. She's going to give him a lift, but Nick Drake ends up talking to a really hot chick, a hotter chick, and she drives off. She's plain, a bit mousy, drives off with his guitar. And Nick follows her around the country. She's an Avon lady who's selling fragrances door to door. It's the 70s, fits in well with that. And Nick Drake's in the search for his guitar. He's got one last album to finish, and he never manages to finish it. Could work. And bereft at not finding his guitar, takes on overdose. The end. That's how you do it. But there's got to be lots of naked chicks in it, like running into the sea. Nudity. We put nudity into it. It's the 70s. Everyone was nude in the 70s. But no one reacted negatively to Nick Drake. Everyone thought he was really good, and they had like a grudging admiration to him. He wasn't. I don't think he was ever like slagged off. I mean, I think his albums got kind of medium reviews at the time, but the people that knew him admired him because he was a remarkable. We used all sorts of different tunings, strange tunings to achieve his songs and whatnot. But I don't think he was ever. He just didn't sell any records, and that's what happened. He wasn't part of the folk scene. He didn't quite make the Fairport cut. He's kind of a bit of his own thing. He was. I wouldn't say. I guess he was ahead of his time, I suppose. I like Me and Virgil. I like that one. It's a good one, that is. All in the Mouse's Night. I hate it. Not as good as The Mouse Police Never Sleep by Jethro Tull, which we can all agree is the superior song. Much better song about mice. Stop making sense. Munton says, who really likes Match of the Day, the song or the EP? Spot the Pigeons EP. Yeah, I like. Yeah, no, it's all right. It's dun ga dun, dun ga dun ga dun ga dun. Now that and Inside and Out should have been on Wind and Wuthering, and they should have dumped All in Mouse's Night, What Gorilla, and Your Own Special Way, and that would have been a better record. It's a great song. It's a great song. No, it's not cheesy. It illustrates football at the time, because football at the time was more of a homespun thing. It was about going out for a pint afterwards with the lads, and being not physically fit. What football in the 70s was more of an amateur game, not the professional athletes that we have now, the overpaid flouncing ninnies that we have now. Pigeons, I can't stand. It's all wonky. That one feels half cocked to me. Inside and Out is the best, and it's the best Hackett guitar solo ever. It's fantastic. I Love You might recall. Love that one. Scroll through. Did Keith Moon really drive a Mercedes into somebody's swimming pool? Or was that? I think he pushed it in. I don't think he drove it in. I think he pushed it in. He might have even got his driver to push it in. He did a lot of things. He ran over his driver, didn't he, as well? Not deliberately, accidentally. Mum says, I wish I could have a CD single of Spot the Pigeon. Oh, wait. Just for you. Just for you, Garrett. Just for you. I shouldn't really. Now, where did I hide it? Was it inside Seconds Out? I think it was. Oh, just for Garrett, because look at the little. Look, we can. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Spot the Pigeon. Previously unavailable on compact disc. There was a 5-inch one of this as well, but look, and you've got the lyrics and everything. And then you open it up, and who's living inside? The rest of the lyrics. How cool is that? Published by Fuse Music. And look, it's a little CD. How cool is that? Whoa. And don't forget, guys, this camera has cost me a lot of money, so I do need you to give me all your spare cash via PayPal immediately. Okay? I don't care. You can call me a filthy, dirty e-beggar. I don't care. You come here to be entertained. I do my best to entertain you. I had to upgrade the equipment. I think you'll all agree things are better now, and I'm making more content. So there you go, because I didn't have all the technical problems that I had before. My old camera is on eBay if anybody wants to make a bid on it. There's a load of that band CDs, the CD, DVD ones, all on the eBay at the moment. So bid generously, because Daddy's got to pay off his credit card bill. Okay. Boy, it went up last month. Oh, I'm not happy with that. I'm not happy with that at all. But you'll help me. E-begging. Or shall I put those on eBay? Oh, that could really help. I'm thinking of selling my old Dan Sonic here, because I don't really use it anymore. Do I think black and white films add to dramatic tension? Not really. I mean, it all depends. It all depends, doesn't it? It all depends what the film is. With Schindler's List, there's a reason why they do it in black and white, because you can't show that stuff in colour. It's so horrific. It's, it lessens. I think it lessens the impact, because, again, I think Spielberg didn't want people to have nightmares about it. He wanted them to watch it like a documentary. It makes it more. I think it makes films more authoritarian rather than adding tension. I think it gives them more of an air of authority. Gives them almost a documentary feel. Sometimes, again, it all depends how it's used. I watched If the other day for about the 5th time, and that switches between black and white and colour. Sometimes it's artistic, sometimes it's accidental, because depending on who you talk to, they ran out of film stock, or according to Malcolm McDowell, it was because they didn't have enough. They were going to various sites and setting up lights, and black and white film, easy to set up the lights. Peter Gabriel would have been in If, but Charterhouse refused them to film on their premises because they read the ending and went, we're not having any of that. So there you go, If, great film. Lindsay Anderson. Kitten Care said, had the 3-inch, flogged it for the 5-inch. Don't care. Don't care. Don't care. I've lost the questions again. I've lost the bloody questions. Oh blimey, what's going on here? Where is it? So it says there's a difference between music written on drugs and music influenced by drugs. Possibly. Sean Ryan says, do you agree with the Brian May's better than Hendrix? I do prefer May myself, love the warm tone. Well, considering Hendrix only really had 3 albums, yeah. Yeah, because I like Brian May better as a player. He's more melodic. Don't get me wrong, Hendrix opened the door for a lot of people, and you know, he was a very great experimenter. I mean, I'm going to do Hendrix. Hendrix is going to be a thing as music go around, because I've got going to cover that one. We're going to do some 60s rock and roll, man. And I managed to get a copy with the Naked Ladies on as well. That was good. I like that cover. Can't think why. Where was I? What was I talking about? Hendrix. Yeah, Hendrix is a great experimenter. Whereas again, May's melodic. He fits in. He's a very versatile guitarist. He can do any style. From country and western to funk, he can do it. And this is what I mean about certain other guitarists, featured artists, for example, being quite limited in their abilities as a player. A good guitarist can fit. It should be able to fit into any style of playing. Again, listen to Stranglers and Friends live, and you'll hear the featured artist wheel out the same old riffs and the same old hooks, but over Stranglers songs, and that's something I heard that years ago, 20 or 30 odd years ago, 100 years ago, I don't know, and that was I may go, well, he's not as good as I thought he was, but there we go. Payne says a Pink Floyd biopic would be like a documentary about a local bank manager and his friends. Absolutely, very middle class. Would you like some cucumber sandwiches, Roger? Andrew says, what are your thoughts on ghosts? Believe it or fake? I believe that everything is energy. Everything is energy. I've seen ghosts when I was little. I said to my daddy, that's before he left, probably one of the reasons why he left, Daddy, who is the old lady at the window? Thing was, we were on the first floor. Oh. My dad said, come on son, and he took me and we went out for a walk with me in the pushchair. The thing was, the house used to be 2 flats, and the lady downstairs was an old lady with white hair, and that's who I described at the window. And a similar thing happened with Verity when we had the shop up in Norfolk. We'd go out on our day walk, and there was like what was it? It wasn't a bus stop. It wasn't a bus stop. It was like it was a power. There was, I don't know. There was a pole or something, and Verity used to wave and go, "Why are you waving, Verity?" Say, "Old lady." Telling ghost stories about old ladies at windows and at poles.
Oh dear.
Don't worry, you're not in frame. So yeah, who knows? Everything is energy. Energy, energy, energy. Look, if it's true, I'll come back and haunt you, okay? Renee, he is now a giant hogweed. Well done, Renee. He is a giant hogweed, everyone. I don't know what that means. I think it means he's signed up as a member. And that means he's got access to all my special sauce. Oh, yeah. Oh, you thought it was just McDonald's had special sauce, but I've got a special sauce too, as the missus will attest. But enough of that. Primus sucks, indeed. Carl, who's also a member, says, by all accounts, Brian Jones was a nasty little rude word. Well, he was in the Rolling Stones. Bill Wyman was the one they always warned everyone away from. He was the dodgy one. Keep away from him, especially the ladies, young girls, if you know what I mean. But that turned out to be true, didn't it? With Mandy Jones and everything. But then didn't Mandy Jones's mum end up marrying Bill Wyman's son? Or something like that? Oh, it got really weird. Really weird. Daniel Carroll says, I think, he's a member too. He's talking about ghosts. He thinks they might be made up. I'm not impersonating anything, Garrett. Garrett, you don't give me any money. You don't give me your money. Payne says, I do love the way the Simmons pad sounds on the Brazilian. Absolutely, it makes the song. Martin says, I went back to your syringe video. It has 43 likes and 158 dislikes. That means it's working. I still get very obscene, rude messages telling me how horrible I am. It was a Halloween gag. It got its context. It's context. But no, it's good. It's good. Payne says, on the old channel, Darren once had a video called How to Syringe Your Ears. Yep, that's right. It's up, Payne, on my other channel. I put it back up, and I'm still getting the comments of, you bastard. And it's doing really well. It's one of my most popular videos. What about a Marilyn Manson biopic? Yeah, that'd be good. I'd pay to watch that. Kitten likes Invisible Touch. Oh, Sid and Nancy though, it glorifies junkie culture. I'm with John Lydon on this. You know, it's like, really, because he always said there was more to Sid than that film. You know. Yeah, Tony Banks doesn't like guitarists. No. Yeah, what we need in a Genesis biopic is what it needs to be like. Is like in the first, I don't know, 3 minutes it'd be like the 70s, and then Peter Gabriel leaves. I'm leaving, guys. I'm gonna go and raise cabbages, and then it goes. Da 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 da, and then the Genesis 1980s logo comes up. Genesis, invisible touched, and then it just tells you that how the band made the big album in the 80s, and it's all about Phil Collins going on the Two Ronnies and stuff. It'd be great, and then you know Peter Gabriel comes on at the very end and goes, I've just finished this new album called I've just finished this new album, and Tony Banks, Mike Rutherford and Phil Collins look around and go, so? And then the film ends, and that would be perfect. It'd be perfect. I don't write any of this, you know. I make it up. That time, crikey. I've been doing this far too long. I need to get to the bottom of this. That's what she said. Got all my bases covered, absolutely. Yeah, that's a joke of the night. He's a very underappreciated guitarist, Mike Rutherford, and bassist too. He's an excellent bass player. Just listen to the Lamb for bass inspiration. Payne says, I like a Darren versus biopic. It'd be very boring. Like I said, if I had the money, I'd see them in court. That'd be good. It'd be like a courtroom drama. Your Honour, I object. Oh, that'd be good. Martin says, can you review Paul Simon's One Trick Pony movie? I saw it in the mid-80s. Tony Levin's in it. I think all the band are in it, playing themselves. It's a bit rough and ready. It's like a tour film, if I remember, with some dramatic narrative bits peppered through it. I thought it was really curious. I liked it. I enjoyed it. Low key. That's all I can remember. But like I said, it was 35 years ago. And I've not seen it since. But if you ever see it on, check it out, because it's a real curiosity that they made a, like I say, a narrative movie. It's kind of a documentary, but isn't, with Paul Simon and his band. Yeah, kind of curious. I'd like to see it again, actually. Throwing it all away is a good one, that is. Hold up your lighter. Throwing it all away and make me change your mind. Ooh, 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 That's how I remember it. That guy. Norma Zaka says, how about Freddie Mercury sits on Ian Anderson's flute and ends up in hospital? No, that's Brian May, isn't it? Brian May has an unfortunate flute accident. Bone flute. Payne says, no, not featured artist, but a Darren versus deal. It should be like oh god Ken Russell, Alan Bates, Oliver Reed, naked wrestling in front of a fire. That's how it should be filmed. I'm up for that. Naked wrestling. What do you reckon? That's how we should settle it once and for all. Oh yeah. It could be pretty unpleasant though. Pretty unpleasant. Mentally scarred. Simon says, that's a totally much better idea than I had for the Nick biopic. I'll write that down. You better give me a credit, Cyrus. You better give me... what about a Madonna biopic? Don't know. Again, it's different. It could start with her in a bath and her doing some sort of weird TikTok video on social media saying how she's going to save all the little black children and Black Lives Matter, and then go backwards in time to when she was attractive and fucking her way to stardom. And then Warren Beatty turns up and they make a film, Dick Tracy, and then, I don't know, Ray of Light happens, and then everyone forgets who she is. And then she falls off those steps at the Brits. I remember that. I don't remember much else though. And Miley Cyrus should play Madonna. Ooh. Well, again, Cyrus, his behaviour was just, I think he baffled people, and I think some people were a little bit afraid because he was unusual. Again, he had these moments of silence, and there was like, brooding silence, which again I don't think good middle class boys and girls were used to. I don't know. There might be a story in there somewhere, but again, some of these low key people. It's easier to do Brian Jones because if you've got a bit of a character who likes the drugs and the wine and the women, the story writes themselves. But if you've got someone who's creative and spends a lot of time practicing their guitar and driving around, it's hanging the hook. I mean, you can do a biopic of everything, but you'd have to. I mean, it's the creative liberties that you need to make it interesting. That's the thing, isn't it? I mean, you could have him as a guest in somebody else's biopic, so maybe they did, I don't know, Fairport Convention biopic, and Nick Drake could be, passing through, and you can't just follow him for a bit and then come back to the main band. But I don't know, it's just sustaining the interest for that period of time is just a big thing, isn't it? Munton says, and in the end of the biopic, don't revise, but no, Barry Godber bursts into the courtroom and goes, I wasn't alive, I wasn't dead, I'm alive all along. How dare you steal my artwork and sign it, you little mushroom man, you. And then he punches the featured artist on the nose and then takes his artwork out of the court under his arm, with everyone applauding. But it's done like the end of An Officer and a Gentleman. You know what I mean. With him cradling the artwork as he walks in, strides manfully into the sunset, because he was a big guy. That'd work. Maybe he'd have to be dressed in a military uniform for that, though. That'd work. Yeah. I'd like that. Mop Floyd says, Darren, this is driving me mad. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Payne says, I really like What Gorilla. I don't mind What Gorilla. I just feel that it doesn't go anywhere. Wasn't it meant to go into something else or something? Wasn't it meant to be a part of Unquiet Slumbers in the Earth or whatever it's called? That one. Wasn't it meant to be part of that or something? I don't know. Do you like anything by Devo? Are we not men? Herb said that the other day. Are we not men? He exclaimed, and I said, we are Devo. You had to be there. You had to be there. Mop Floyd said, have you ever seen the Genesis artwork from around Wyndham Wuthering of the couple in bed with a boy standing at the bedroom door with a teddy bear? No, I haven't. This is news to me. Wyndham what? Genesis? Wyndham Wuthering artwork teddy bear images. No, I haven't seen that. Was it from a tour program or something? Nah. Can't find anything on image search. No. It's a new one on me. Monk says, I knew you were going to show that. I know. I did it to taunt you. I don't know it, Mop Floyd. I don't know it. Kitten says, your video looks good today. Yeah, it's because it's a very expensive camera. And that's why I need everyone to give me their money immediately. Yep, anything. Just send that pound coin. Give me your fucking money. Give me your fucking money. Worked for Geldof, didn't it? And I'm not even trying to save anyone. Where is it? Cyrus says, that Spot the Pigeon CD was only released in the UK. There was a 5-inch one, which I think was in America. I think there was a 5-inch one. What's my handle on eBay? It's I can't remember. EchoNet, I think. EchoNet UK or something. Skivington wants to know about those ones. Yeah, they're all Peter Gabriel CDs from the Us album. A Prince biopic would be interesting because he has lots going on. And not only is he a world-known and musician. Well, everybody loved Prince. Wrote the hits. He was also a workaholic. He was also a minister. You can also do like a film within a film of when they made Purple Rain. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? That'd be cool. And you could have Kevin Hart as Prince. There you go. That'd work. He's little, got a big head, just like Prince. It'll work. Trust me. Huge block of plain spine discs. Where's that? Let's have a look. What, those ones? Those ones, that's Eno. I don't know why I bought them. Got them cheap. Got them cheap. Oh dear. Twitch. Sorry about to hear that, Kitten Care. Twitch. Try Periscope. Periscope's good. Then he says, I'm gone. Oh dear. Go and listen to Kate Bush. That's very good. Very good choice. Very good choice. Payne says, I have a habit of playing Hands of Love. Yeah. Run up that hill. Run up that road. Oh yeah, there's loads of gone. There's just loads of CDs gone. Loads. It's all going to be gone. This will all be filled soon. Just fields. It was probably Portico Quartet because I got them all on vinyl. So I don't know. There's I don't keep a tally of what comes. They're only CDs. They're not important. Not important. None of it's important. Garrett Munt says Herb's a Devo fan. No, he's not. He's never heard Devo. I'm the Devo fan, but I think he's heard long time ago, a couple of months back. No, longer than that. January, whenever that was, a few weeks ago. I have no track of time. It was raining. We was walking home from school. It started raining. I did have my umbrella because it looked like it was a nice day, but it started raining, and he started getting a little bit upset about the rain because he doesn't like getting wet. Autism, it gets a bit heavy. So I said, are we not men? Can we not handle a few drops of rain on our trousers? I made it funny and he laughed and that's it. But that came back because I think we was talking about rain or something, and he said, are we not men? And that's when I said, no, we're Devo. You know, that was the joke. You know. I got it. The missus laughed. Nobody else got it. Verity and Herbie didn't understand, but he'd got it from me as I was rousing the troops back home in the rain. For that's what I have to do. I have to come up with strategies to help him cope. I had a meeting last Wednesday, with the Senko at the school via Zoom. No, not Zoom. Microsoft Teams. That was fun. That was different. Went well though. They're going to put him in for his SATs. That's going to be good. Which is not really fair because they're not going to be going back to school till September now. So I might have to download some SATs tests and get him ready for it. But yeah, and we've decided he's going to go to the same school as Verity. Hopefully they'll accept him. We'll find out again in September if they reject him or not, because they can do. But it should be unusual because he's got a sibling already there. But if they reject him, we'll try the next school and the next school and the next school. And that's that. But Herbie's friend, Chris, said, last thing he said to him is, I'll see you in 18 months' time. And that will put it would have been September, not this year, but the following year. But Chris is going to a different school, not the school we've chosen. So maybe Herb will end up going there. Maybe Chris can see the future because he has autism too. And I believe that they're on a different wavelength. But I didn't get to ask Chris the fucking lottery numbers, did I? Damn it. Maybe Chris will give me the lottery numbers for next week. Maybe he has got second sight. That would be good. No, they're not. No. These are Peter Gabriel singles from us. I keep telling everyone over and over again. They're from us. There are no Peter Gabriel CDs here. Albums. No, there are no Peter Gabriel because I got them on the vinyls. There are no Peter Gabriel albums there at all. They're all CD singles. Oh, apart from Peter Gabriel Plays Live and Secret World Live. But the rest of it, CD singles. As I keep telling you. Matching Mole wants Brendan. He's demanding Matching Mole. He doesn't pay me. Everyone else pays me. He doesn't pay me. He didn't give me his money. He's sitting on a bloody load of money, that one. Kinker says the 5-inch spotless pigeon is the same catalogue as a 3-inch. Well, there you go. That's nice. It was Andrew. That the "Give Me Your Fucking Money" was a riff on Bob Geldof at Live Aid. It goes back to Live Aid. Brendan said, enough for Steve Jansen. I know David Jansen. He was an actor, wasn't he? Yeah, David Jansen. Just me then. Cyrus says, I'm still grateful all the Genesis great non-album tracks were released in the box sets. Yeah, they were. Put the tracks in the chronological order. But hey, Cyrus, have you seen the Genesis Archive box set too? Go and look at the track listing of that. That is like a fucking abortion. That is awful. Great content, but all in the wrong order. It's nonsense. It's absolute nonsense. It's like somebody had a bloody stroke whilst they were compiling it. Kevin says, the drawing of the two parents in bed with the kid in doorways, concept art for Pink Floyd's Animal. That's right. That was from, what's his name, wasn't it? Old Doodad from Hypnosis. I don't know if I've... Would that be... I don't know if I've got that. No, it wouldn't be in the book of album things that I bought. Oh, let me have a look. Now, this is the complete catalogue of. I'm never going to find it in here. This is a good book. I did review it. The complete Hypnosis catalogue, but I don't know if it's got any of the demo stuff. Oh God, what year is that? What year is it? 78. Animals is 77. So I'm feeling quite hungry all of a sudden. It must be getting towards 1 o'clock. Just talk amongst yourself. Talk amongst you. There's a lot of naked women in this, and that's a good thing. 77. So here's the artwork. Oh, it hasn't got the demo. Oh, that's a shame. Because I know in some of these things, yeah. Oh well, doesn't matter. I had a little. I saw some naked ladies. So I'm happy. Drew Bud says good night. Good night. Have a good one yourself. Garrett says, when you eventually get rid of your CDs, you're going to replace the shelves? No, I'm going to move the guitars backwards. It's going to be just guitars for as far as the eye can see. That's the idea. I want to get some room here because I just want to go back a bit. That's all. Or I could put my record collection in, and then I won't be. Then I'll be pushed forward again like that. I'll be like that. I don't know. I don't know. I can't stand having all this shit around. It just bothers me. It bothers me. Yeah, I'm just gonna have a few. It's also just gonna be all my CDs on the shelves, just like racks of my albums. Oh yeah, new one's nearly done, everyone. New one's nearly done. I did a good song the other day. It's really good. Kitten says, Herb's a sweet lad, haven't seen him in your videos lately. You won't. The kids only ever appeared in the videos when they were wandering by, or if we did Doctor Who reviews. If you want to watch the kids, they're on my other channel when we did a few Doctor Who reviews together. But I don't ask them to be. They only ever wandered in before. They weren't part of the show. I don't. People accuse me of exploiting my children. You exploit your children. No, I don't. I keep them away from what I do because they're not interested. Unless we, like I say, we do a video together, or when they were little, they used to wander in and talk, and that was fun. But no, they don't. We don't do anything like that. That's not what this is. It's not what I'm interested in, and it's boring. Who cares about what we do? We don't do anything. But Herb's got his own channel. He makes videos. He's got something like 56 subscribers now, so he'll be catching up with me soon. And he does his little Minecraft videos and Sonic the Hedgehog videos, and I upload them for him on his channel, and that's good. And some people, when they find out, they thumbs down his videos. That's not very nice, is it? Andrew asked. Oh, Scott Taylor's just wandered in. I'm all right, thanks. Hope you're doing well. Hope you haven't gone mad like I have during the thing. Andrew asks about the David Bowie New Career in a New Town box set. I ended up dumping it. I dump everything. I'm not precious. I listened to it. It was fine. You know, it's like, am I going to listen to it again? It was such a hassle to get it out of the box. All these things. Munton says, do you have your Cat Kit Charisma Years unboxing video? Charisma Years. Is that the vinyl one? No, I haven't got that. No. I've got the box set, so I can do it again. We can do it again. Would you like that? I'll put it behind a paywall just for you. Renee's off. Wonder what the smell was. See you later, Renee. Have a lovely sleep. Payne says, I still maintain they mixed up the Archive 2 songs in a hat and sequenced in the order by the slips of paper. He'd tell me about it. No, I don't have the Steve Hackett Charisma LPs, but I've still got the set. I haven't got rid of that one because I like it. And I've still got David Sylvian vinyls in the collection, so I need to do those again, don't I? Martin says, I enjoyed your Roach review. You were super lucky to see them. I was. They were in town. I said, wow, we mustn't miss them. And it was a great night. It was a really sweet gig, a very supportive audience. And I wish I could remember more of it, but I know it was a really good gig. I know it was really good. I know I really enjoyed it. And it wasn't expensive. I don't know about Wicklow says about swearing. I don't know what the rules are. Brendan says, am I looking forward to the Hackett book? Yes, because I want to know what the title means. Genesis in my bed. What? What does it mean? Peter Christian says, the Bowie box sets look lovely, but I didn't buy any of them. Again, there's a lot of live stuff in it which I don't care for. You know, so I'm not that bothered. If I need... The Bowie albums I need are Low, Heroes, possibly, maybe Lodger, Outside, Earthling. That's it. Don't need anything else. Oh, and Hunky Dory. You forgot Hunky Dory. That's about it. That's all you need. That's all you need. Can you get some more? Hannah, actually, I dropped the webcam on the floor. The spare webcam, because I got this one. This one still works, but it isn't like, it's only 720p. But by the miracle of you can see, look, you can see my. Do you want to see my camera? There's my camera. Look, there it is. And there's Groot outside the TARDIS. Look, and there's me looking at Genesis pictures. Galileo. But I can do that now. Look, there she is. Hannah, Hannah, Hannah. I know you're awake. You just blinked. Hannah. Moo Moo. Hannah. Hey, Hannah, I'm over here. She's not the smartest dog. Hannah. Hannah. Look at me. Look. Over here. Look at you. Useless. Absolutely useless. She's worse than Alex. I miss Alex so much. Will I ever tour my refrigerator? No, never. Yeah, I'm glad you liked it. Somebody didn't like the Roaches. Martin says, I remember the moment where Verity sang along to Indoor Games. Yeah, they didn't copyright claim that one, did they? But they copyright claimed Herbie dancing or singing to one of the things. Was it Dinosaur or whatnot? Because hey, Herbie's the featured artist. Herbie is the featured artist. People are watching for Herbie, not for your fucking song. You cretins. What, you want to screw another penny out of me? Haven't you had enough? Haven't you? You won't get any more. No more money coming from me, old chum. I'm cashing in me chips. cashing in me chips. Yeah, all arseholes, a lot of them, innit? Well, we used to have Prog Sunday, and me and V used to listen to progressive rock together. We used to do the Sunday morning feed, and she got to listen to King Crimson and Genesis and Vandergraaf Generator and everything. And that's why she's turned out the way she turned out. Probably going to therapy when she gets old enough. We don't do a family vlog. I mean, somebody said it to me. Oh, you should do more family on it. It's like, no, it's not what we do. You know, I don't feel comfortable with it. You know, if they want to make videos on their own, and I mean, I put them up for them. You know, they don't have their own. I mean, they have their own channels, but I control it. But you know, I don't feel comfortable with. I don't mean, again, it's different if they wander in. If it's natural, or we're going to show you something. Like we did some unboxings together. That's because the kids wanted to do it. Now they do their own thing. They're old enough to, you know, they're not that interested in me. So that's kids getting older, isn't it? You know, that's the way it is. Martin says, remember that the Charisma vinyl set was gifted to you? Was it? Oh, blimey, that was a long time ago, wasn't it? I haven't sold it yet. Well, ain't that a miracle? I know pain. It's a nightmare, that set, that Archive 2 set. What do I think of Madura Tiger's Tree of Life? I've not heard it. Care says, we've got interest in the Roaches. With Seductive Reasoning. I've got 2 copies of that. Why would I have 2 copies of Seductive Reasoning? I don't know. Because there was a reissue. And I thought it might be good. Where is it? Oh, it's over there. Of course. I have 2 copies of it. Oh, where are you? Come to Daddy. I've got that one. And then they reissued it on Real Gone Music. And it looks like... Oh. Just get the spine evened up. It looks like that. There you go. So yeah. It's got a little bucket as well. Little bucket. Yeah. Good album. Not to everyone's tastes, but you know. I enjoyed it. Daniel says, I guess that Genesis in my bed is about him beginning his playing in the bedroom. Okay. Did I watch Tom Jones? No. Go on, Cyrus. Go and write that biopic. Dinosaur, that was it, yeah, it was Dinosaur. What's his favourite prog band? Genesis, I'd imagine. Scott Taylor, have you caught the featured artist and his missus doing their funny dances on YouTube? No, because I don't follow them. I'm out of the system there, but someone posted the fucking link in my comment section and I deleted it because I don't promote them. I'm not interested, we're done. I don't care. They're trying to humanise a monster. You know, you might as well have Jimmy Savile dancing there. You know what I'm saying? Or Ian Huntley. He's a monster. They're trying to rehabilitate him for when he sues Bowie in court. I'm just an old man who wants what's owed to me. Yeah, right. On your way, son. On your way. Brendan asks, any tips on recovering data from a malfunctioning external drive? No, I've always buy something that's got what's known as hard disk redundancy in it. I.e., I've got the thing called a Drobo, which has 5 disks in it, and 2 disks can go wrong, and the other and over the 5, it's like magic. It's like witchcraft. But no, it's tricky. I mean, you could take it. There are specialist companies that deal with data recovery. If it's really important, I'd go to them first, but it's going to be expensive, and they might not be able to help. If you want an old wives, I mean, if it is an old wives' tale, is something that you could try, right? Put it in the fridge. Put it in the fridge or the freezer, and then see if it works again. Let it, don't let it freeze. Just put it in there for maybe an hour or so, just to, and then get it out, and then let it sit to room temperature. Then, could do that. That might help. But I think that's just an old wives' tale. So I've never tried it, but I remember reading it somewhere. It's like, really? How would that make it work? I don't know. I mean, if it's a mechanical drive, there is a chance that you get it off. If it's an SSD, probably less chance. But yeah, there are companies out there, but they are expensive. There are applications you can go online. There'll be, again, I don't know if you're on Windows or Mac, but there are applications that supposedly, will get data off. I did it once, and it was just a load of jumble. I had a drive go boo boo. It was an external USB drive. Luckily, it wasn't anything important. But when I tried to retrieve what was on there, I've got some software in it. It's just gibberish. So, Carl asked, do you have the Genesis Live box? No, I've still got my Genesis ones. The Genesis stuff is safe. Payne wants to misses to do a stream. Nah, I don't have any wild stories. So, nah, they're not worth as much as they are. Everything has its price and its day. I think the interest in those sets has waned somewhat. There was a time when I could have paid off Mr. Bartley card by selling those, but I think you'll only get about 200 quid for the green one now, whereas before that you could get like 500-600 quid for it. It's crazy. But I'm not selling them anyway, so because I like them, because they're good. And Genesis have never given me any grief. And also a better band, just a much more interesting band than the other lot. You can never have too many backups. This is the thing. Andrew says, what would I rather see from Peter Gabriel? A re-release of Us as a box set? Yeah, possibly. Or a new studio album. Well, there is a studio album is done, according to Gabriel. A few years back, he posted a picture of the hard drives with supposedly the new album completed. Yeah. So, yeah. Payne's the thumbs down man. After all, I knew it was him. I knew it had to be somebody close, somebody in the inner circle. Who's been exposed by Kit and Care. Anyway, look, it's a lot later than I thought, and I've been on here really too long. So I'm going to toddle off, all right? Everyone, try and maintain sanity. Let's see if we can pull down some more statues, and we'll be doing this all again soon, I hope. Thanks for everyone who's supported me via the Patreon and the joining the thing. It's really cool. Like I say, I'm going to be loading more content on there. It'll gradually be, I'm sure I'll dribble it out eventually. Or maybe I won't, I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet. I'm still trying to figure all this stuff out, because I never know what people want and what they don't want. It's complicated. But just thanks for all the help, and we'll do this next time. Remember, if you can't be good, be safe, but more importantly, don't tell your mother. Ta-da!